Hey, this is Matt, and in this quick tutorial I'm going to show you how to do some image transitions for assignment 6. So we're going to use Reaper here. And before we even get started, I'm actually going to save this project into a folder. And I was prepared in advance and actually created an assignment folder on my desktop here. I have the sounds that I've collected for the assignments here, and then I have a couple images here that I'm also going to use for the assignment. So you can just drag images into Reaper here, no problem, but if you're working on other systems or uploading them into Canvas for grading, it helps to have everything in the same place. So what I'm going to do right now is actually put my images in my image folder, and then I'm going to put my sounds and images into my assignment folder. And then I'm going to go back over here to Reaper, and then I'm going to go to Save Project As, and I'm going to put this on my desktop here, and I'm going to call it, make sure, copy all media, just in case, into this directory, in case something else comes in later. But I'm going to hit Save here, and now I'm going to drag these images in from my image folder. And let's see, these are just a couple pieces of art that I've done in the past. And I just dragged them onto the same track, and then you can resize the length of them by dragging on the right handle. One thing you want to do is turn your snap to grid off, and then you can move this seamlessly, and I'm just going to move these right up next to each other. Here you can crossfade them like this, but they don't really, it doesn't work that well when you pull up the images. I'm going to see what that transition looks like. See, it just flips right over to the other image. So let's get rid of that little, put them right up next to each other. And what I'm going to do is automate the images, and I'm actually going to fade them out by using a plugin. So you can actually put a plugin, kind of like an audio plugin, on this track that has images. So I'm going to go to Effects. Under Kakos here, Video Processor, on my system is right up at the top. Here, I'm going to add it here. And then use a preset, and it's a basic helper, and it is called Track Opacity, Zoom, and Pan. So I'm going to add this, and you can see you can actually change the opacity so it fades to black. You can zoom it, you can move it on the x-axis, the y-axis, you can rotate it, do all sorts of crazy stuff if you really want to. I'm just going to show you some basic stuff. But then what I'm going to do is use my automation lane. And I'm just going to do a little fade out in between the images to smooth out the transition. So I'm going to go to Trim, and notice that now I have this full set of parameters here, and I'm going to just arm the opacity here. It's visible and it's armed. And then I'm going to expand this just by pulling down on this handle. And I'm going to put my little paintbrush here. This is Option on a Mac. I'm going to put 3 little points in. So I'm going to put 1 point here up at the top, 1 point here, and 1 point here. And then I'm going to drag this middle one. This is going to drag the opacity towards black here. And then pull up my video window again, and let's see what that transition looks like. See, it fades out. And if that happened too quickly, you can widen your V here. Let's pull up my video window again. Okay, and then you can have, just like automating an audio plugin, you can have multiple things going on at once. So let's close this up. I'm going to make this guy smaller. And let's say I want to add like a zoom or something in there. I'm going to go to Trim, and I'm just going to add a zoom lane in. And the midpoint is no zoom, so I'm just going to put 3 dots in here again. Dot, 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 and then I'm just going to add a little bit of zoom as it fades out there. And pull up my video window again. So you can add some movement there too. You can add all these other ones. I actually haven't tried the rotate one. Let's see what happens just for kicks. Where's rotate? Boom. Let's add some rotation. Why not? And I'm not sure how this is going to do this. Let's put 3 dots in here. Again. Oops. Pull this one down. There we go. Boop. And let's see what happens. Okay. So yeah, you can do all sorts of fun stuff there. Success. All right, that's it. Have fun. From there, the next step is to obviously add the audio layers, and you're going to do that. If you've organized your project like this, you can go into your assignment and notice that my Reaper file is now in here with my images and sounds. And I would just go into my sound folder, and then I can put some traffic sounds on here. Let's turn the volume up, pull my video window, and so have fun with your project. Don't forget to do a save as. So I'm going to go save project as, and I'm actually going to call this 6B, and make sure I'm copying the media in just to be safe. Bippity boom. I'm going to quit it. Let's look in there and see what we have. So yeah, now I've got 2 versions of my Reaper project and all my sounds, and I'm off to the races.